What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. WWE News and Rumors for the week ending July 28th, 2013. Now, this is the absolute best source for all your WWE needs right here on JD's channel. The best place for WWE News and Rumors on YouTube. Now, I hope all you guys have a great weekend planned. It was a really slow week as far as news and rumors goes, guys. Not much really happened this week. And that was expected because we really didn't get an exciting Monday Night Raw. It wasn't really a newsworthy show. Now, I do have some little news articles for you to keep you entertained this week. I'm actually going to start off this week with something that's not even WWE wrestler related. It has something to do with a venue that WWE is known to using for their events, and that is Madison Square Garden right here in New York City. Now, I found this story to be a little bit odd. This is the first I actually heard of this story. Now, Madison Square Garden was officially notified by the city of New York that their lease to operate on their current location has officially limited to the next decade. New York Council voted 47-1 yesterday to limit the lease as they want the venue to move to another location. And to move this venue would be literally right across the street from where it is right now, which makes absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense. If you guys have ever been to Madison Square Garden in the last year, you know that they're doing complete renovations of the inside of that arena. So why would you waste all this money to renovate just to say, listen, we want you to move? It makes no sense. Now, this is because the city plans to expand and modernize Penn Station, the train station that sits underneath the property. Madison Square Garden is owned by Cablevision and is in the middle of, like I said, a self-financed renovation that has cost nearly $1 billion. Now, Cablevision is New York City's main cable provider for the entire city. I do not own Cablevision cable or phone or internet. I go through Verizon. I think Cablevision is absolutely garbage. But the current version of MSG opened in 1968 and is the 5th location for the venue since first opening in 1879. I don't understand this. I really think they should just keep Madison Square Garden where it is right now. Finish the renovation. And I said this about the Yankee Stadium, the new Yankee Stadium that they opened here in New York. There was no reason to build the New York Yankees a new stadium. That's just my honest opinion on it. It was just a waste of money, and they could have renovated the old stadium to make it look a little bit more modern. And I'm of that old school mentality. You still have Fenway Park in Boston. You still have Wrigley Field in Chicago. Why? Why mess up tradition and history? I just don't understand it, and that's what I think and how I feel New York City is handling this. They're going to mess up one of the most historic places in all of sports. I don't agree with this move at all. If they force Madison Square Garden to move, I just don't. News on Stacy Keibler. Now, I don't know if you guys have been watching since the Attitude Era, like I have, but if you have been, you know who Stacy Keibler is. She was dating George Clooney, and they officially broke up. And there was rumors that Stacy Keibler may be returning to the WWE. The UK Sun has reported this earlier this week. Now, their report says WWE officials want to pair Stacy Keibler with Daniel Bryan. I don't get that, and I really don't believe that to be true. Now, despite these reports, a WWE spokesperson has addressed these rumors, telling PWInsider.com, and I quote, "We are not speaking with her," end quote. As mentioned several times already during the week on various websites, Keibler is hosting a new show on the Lifetime channel called Supermarket Superstar. I don't know about that, but it would definitely be nice to see Stacy Keibler back in the Divas division, primarily as a manager. I don't think she should be getting in the ring physically. But it would be great to see her on camera again. I don't see the pairing of Daniel Bryan and how that would work. But WWE already, turned down those rumors saying that it's not true and that they are not speaking with her. So we'll just have to find out and see what happens in the current weeks to see if this story picks up any more steam. Now, it has been previously reported this week on several outlets on the internet concerning wrestling news that Cassius Ohno, now if you guys are not familiar with Cassius Ohno, he is formerly Chris Hero of Ring of Honor. Chris Hero and Antonio Cesaro. That wasn't his name in Ring of Honor. They were actually a tag team called the Kings of Wrestling in Ring of Honor, one of the best tag teams at the time in the entire world. Now, WWE signed him as they did Cesaro. Cesaro was already on the main roster, one of the best wrestlers on the roster. Cassius Ohno could be on the main roster as of right now. He is a great talent, and he's got a great look, in my opinion. He has heat with WWE management due to the fact that he hasn't taken WWE's instructions seriously in regards to his physique. Now, I haven't seen the way he looks. I don't know how he looks. The last I've seen of him in NXT, wrestling in the ring, was about a year ago. A lot can change within the year, but WWE does not deem him fit enough to be brought up to the main roster, and he is ignoring all their instructions as far as his weight and his appearance. Now, Ohno was pulled from a recent NXT TV taping and some live events and was instructed that he needed to concentrate his efforts on his physique and his strength conditioning training. As far as his work in the ring, his mic work and attitude goes, he has been receiving very good reviews. With that being said, WWE officials have stated that he will not be brought up to the main roster until he gets in better physical shape. Ohno is back on the NXT live events as of this recording, including tonight's show in Tampa, Florida. Now, you guys really have to Google or YouTube Cassius Ohno. I know he had a couple of feuds going on down at NXT. He's got a great look. He's got great mic skill. I'm not too high on the name, but I really wasn't high on Dean Ambrose either or Seth Rollins when they were NXT. But that's all thrown out the window right now. A lot of people think the same way when they see these rookies going up through the ranks in NXT. Wait till they hit the main roster. Everyone is excited for new blood to hit the TV scene. So, Cassius Ohno, if you guys do not know him, Google him, YouTube him, just type in his name, and I'm sure a bunch of stuff from NXT will pop up. Get yourselves known with Cassius Ohno. He's going to be one of the shining stars, one of the future pieces for the WWE in the coming years. WrestleMania 30 news, not much, but there's WrestleMania 30 news in July. I don't know why, but there is. Word from WWE is that there is already changes being made to the WrestleMania 30 plans that were revealed over the last few weeks. WWE is already in the planning stages for WrestleMania 30. At this time, the card is far from being finalized. No shit. I don't see the WrestleMania 30 card being finalized until after the 2014 Royal Rumble concludes. Now, there was something I was thinking about, and I know I reported it, that Vince McMahon and Triple H are obviously having this power struggle that's being seen on TV right now. It should be gaining some steam in the storylines on TV as SummerSlam ends going into the Survivor Series in November. Now, there were reports that I said on this channel and that were reported all over the internet. Steve Austin took to the radio waves and said that he's ready to wrestle. You know, he's in good condition, he's fit, he's in the best shape of his career, this and that, all right? There were reports that Triple H is going to be wrestling at WrestleMania, and, you know, he's going to be feuding with Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon is obviously too old to wrestle. Vince McMahon is going to choose Steve Austin to represent him in taking over the company from Triple H for good. Now, I don't agree with this. I think Steve Austin should have a match against CM Punk. That's that. I do not want to see Steve Austin versus Triple H. I don't think that would be as exciting as Steve Austin versus CM Punk. Now, what I was thinking about and what I've mentioned months ago, and those of you guys who listen to me every week know that I have said this. Punk versus Austin. You got Cena versus The Undertaker, and Brock Lesnar versus The Rock. Those are your three matches for WrestleMania. Okay? If you want to add Triple H to the main event card, the big four matches that happens every year at WrestleMania, Triple H versus Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon could go out and find a wrestler to represent him against Triple H in the power struggle that is the WWE. None other than Shawn Michaels. I've said this already. This is the perfect storyline to introduce Shawn Michaels back into the WWE. There's no other better way to do it. Triple H wants the company. Triple H wants total control of the company. You're not going to get through Vince McMahon. You're not going to get one over on Vince McMahon. You want to take the company away from me, Vince McMahon, the chairman of the board? You're going to have to go through me, and not only me, my hired associate, your best friend in the entire world, HBK. You want the company so bad, you're going to have to beat your best friend for it. It doesn't get any better than that. If you book that card, that will be the greatest wrestling card in our generation. Hands down. That's the perfect opportunity, the perfect storyline for HBK. Would it work for Steve Austin? Of course it would work. But I don't think that's something Steve Austin wants. Steve Austin already went on the air and said to the public, if he was to come back for one match, it would only be against Punk. And I have news on CM Punk in a little bit. World Heavyweight Champion Alberto Del Rio suffered a broken rib in his match with Sheamus on Monday night, but he's working through it. Now, I didn't know that. I actually found that out today. Del Rio is a warrior. He's been gaining some steam as far as a heel character goes. I've enjoyed him more now than I've ever enjoyed him. Hopefully, he keeps on this track. His entire thing with Dolph Ziggler is fantastic. And I'm going to look forward to Del Rio dropping that strap to Ziggler. It's going to be great. There is speculation that the Ultimate Warrior may be inducted into the 2014 Hall of Fame class now that he's buried the hatchet with the WWE and Vince McMahon. Warrior should be there, no doubt about it. He's one of the all-time greats. Not one of the greatest in the ring by far. He's actually one of the worst in the ring, but there's no denying that as a child, seeing that character run down the aisle and shake those ropes and get into the ring and act like a crazed maniac, those are memories that we will take with us until we grow old. Old and gray. I'll never forget the Ultimate Warrior, and that is the one reason why he should be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Never. Nobody will ever forget the Ultimate Warrior and what he did for the WWE. Nobody will ever forget that character. Does he belong in the Hall of Fame? Fuck yes, he does. Monday Night's Raw's episode this week drew a 2.94 cable TV rating, which was down from last week's hot show, which was 3.04. The episode averaged 4.005 million viewers, which was down also from last week's 4.1. It wasn't a good show. I mean, it was good, but there was nothing newsworthy at all. There was 3 segments: the Bryan Gauntlet match, the Punk Heyman interaction, and then you had the Daniel Bryan John Cena interaction with Brad Maddox. That was it. But hopefully they build towards next week and they give us a more entertaining show and a more newsworthy show, so I can give you guys a full news and rumors instead of this little bits and pieces here and there. Readers have sent word to Sky Sports in the UK that WWE Over the Limit on October 6th pay-per-view from Buffalo, New York is now listed as WWE Battleground. I don't care about this. Stop switching pay-per-view names. Give us a set schedule for the WWE pay-per-views all year. Bring back King of the Ring, and you'll make me a very happy man. That's all I want. I don't care about these fucking new name pay-per-views, these gimmick pay-per-views. If it was up to me, King of the Ring would be brought back. Halloween Havoc would happen in October, right around Halloween time. That was my only favorite WCW pay-per-view. Bring back War Games from WCW. Bring back Starrcade from WCW. Mix it with the WWE pay-per-views you have right now, including the Big Four. You know, put Night of Champions there in September. You got yourself one hell of a pay-per-view schedule, guys. I don't understand why WWE owns all these names from WCW and they don't use them. Bring back Starrcade. Starrcade is historic in the history of WCW. Bring it back. It would sell just on the name. Halloween Havoc would sell just on the name. Bring back the War Games concept. It would sell just on that match. Jesus Christ, make me fucking head of creative in WWE. I would have a field day. The real reason the Big Show did not return to WWE Raw this past Monday was that he was not medically cleared. This meant that the segment with Mark Henry and The Shield had to be rewritten. Instead of the Usos saving Mark Henry on Monday Night Raw, it was supposed to be The Big Show. WWE is planning for the two, Henry and Show, to face The Shield in a handicap match, likely to happen at SummerSlam. This is the reason they are doing the Usos and Mark Henry versus The Shield next week on Monday Night Raw. That was originally planned for SummerSlam. I don't care about The Big Show. He's just one of the most boring wrestlers in the WWE right now. He is the big slow. I mean, he should not be involved in anything high profile anymore. He has seen his day. He has seen his world championship reigns. I'm just not excited for this match. You could be doing so much more with The Shield, and I really think that's a downgrade from what The Shield have been doing for the past couple of months. I mean, I enjoy Mark Henry as a heel. He's fantastic at what he does, but The Big Show just does not excite me. Will it be a decent match? Sure, because The Shield is involved. The Shield is fucking great. But The Big Show, I really don't care about. Before he left TNA Wrestling, Taz tried to get back into the WWE. I reported this on my channel. He wanted to return in time for the Raw taping that happened in Brooklyn, New York. Michael Bluth, I don't know who he is, he's a reporter of some kind. He reported that Taz called several people in the WWE, but executive producer Kevin Dunn had no interest. During a recent promotion meeting, WWE, obviously Triple H, COO Triple H, said TNA does not have anyone we need at this time. That's coming from Triple H. I'm not a big fan of Taz anyway, and especially if Triple H said that, I don't see Taz coming back ever. Like I said, I wasn't a big fan of Taz's work as a announcer in WWE. I'm not a big fan of his work in TNA. I think he's very generic. He doesn't add anything to the program. And you have JBL, so there's no need for Taz. JBL does his job so much better than Taz, so Taz is stuck in TNA. And like I said, there's nothing that would excite me to bring Taz back. He's just blah. He's not a good commentator. He was great in ECW. Don't get me wrong. He was a great ECW wrestler. But ever since he wanted to be an announcer, he just hasn't done anything for me. Alberto Del Rio reportedly does not have heat with Vince McMahon, but has heat with some talent in the locker room. Now, this is due to the fact that Orton had a concussion last week on SmackDown during their match. He actually legitimately gave Orton a concussion, and this is not the first person that he injured in his WWE run. The word backstage is that Alberto Del Rio is careless in the ring. Sheamus also has some heat backstage, but with Sheamus, the word is that he's only a pain in the ass, and he was a pain in the ass in the Money in the Bank ladder match that really got under people's skin, because he only worried about his own spots and was not helpful in putting the match together. Now, I really don't know about all that. I know Sheamus had a big spot where he was powerbombed off the apron, through a ladder, and landed on the outside of the ring. I know that, but that's really shocking that I heard that about Sheamus. I know Sheamus is one of those guys that's very good friends with Triple H, and he's worked incredibly hard to get where he is. I just find that hard to believe that Sheamus would act that way, but that's what was reported. And I know Alberto Del Rio, this is not the first time I'm hearing that he's careless in the ring. But, I mean, he really can't be doing that. Otherwise, he's just, he's not going to find any fans backstage, especially with Vince McMahon, if he's going to be injuring Randy Orton and, the likes of Dolph Ziggler. I know Dolph Ziggler was injured by Jack Swagger. I know they say Jack Swagger's careless in the ring. These guys just got to watch what they're doing in the ring. It doesn't pay to be that careless in the ring. You're just going to ruin each other, your health. It's a health risk, and it's going to ruin future storylines because concussions are no joke. WWE's taken a very serious stamp on concussions. That's why they banned the chair shot to the head, and they banned that for many years. So when you see it, people know that it's not in the script. So Alberto Del Rio better watch out. He can't be that careless. And like I said, Randy Orton suffered a low-grade concussion during his match with Del Rio on SmackDown. He is not expected to miss any in-ring time, but WWE's keeping him off TV right now, as I reported, because they have plans to have Randy Orton cash in his Money in the Bank at SummerSlam after Daniel Bryan defeats John Cena for the WWE Championship. Are those plans still in place? I don't know right now. I think that is the way WWE is headed, but I mean, I really wouldn't do that. I would give Daniel Bryan the win have it be a monumental moment in the man's career, and just have Orton and Daniel Bryan feud for the WWE Championship. You know they're going to put on spectacular matches if that's the case. The angle leading to Brad Maddox returning to Monday Night Raw, being the Raw GM, and Vicky Guerrero running SmackDown right now, has been in the works for several weeks. I don't care about Vicky Guerrero. I don't watch SmackDown, so I'm glad she's on SmackDown. I'd much rather see Brad Maddox on TV. I think he's an engaging character. He's only going to get better with age, and it reminds me of a young Eric Bischoff, like I said last week on Monday Night Raw. It reminds me of a young Eric Bischoff, and that's only a good thing. And finally, guys, we have news on Kharma. Now, if you guys know, Kharma is Awesome Kong, formerly of TNA. She has posted the following on Twitter, July 21st, preparing for a fun return to television. More details to follow. And this was updated. She updated her Twitter on July 23rd. So excited about getting new gear. Gotta look fierce for my return to TV. It seems like it's been a lifetime. Hopefully, she returns to WWE TV. She was an amazing character. I want to see her back in the Divas division. The Divas could use all the help they can get. The Divas have kind of picked up steam with the AJ Caitlyn angle. Can you imagine Kharma coming back to TV? That would be a very, very nice moment to see. So hopefully it's true. Hopefully she doesn't go back to TNA. I know she won't go back to TNA. They're not going to pay her the money she wants, and they're already making budget cuts. And I know she won't go back to Ring of Honor. There's nothing there for Ring of Honor for Kharma. The only place to go right now is WWE. Why? Because that's where the money is. And Kharma is a great character, and she can succeed in WWE, definitely. But that is your news and rumors, guys. Like I said, there wasn't anything major this week. I tried to make the most of what I had for you guys. But if you enjoyed, obviously you guys know what to do. Subscribe, hit that like button, show your support for JD's wrestling content, along with all his other video game content. Like I said, guys, Monday Night Raw this week will be live on Monday. I will be back, obviously, with Tuesday's review. So look forward to that. And like I said, if you enjoyed, hit that like button, guys. All the support really helps me out. I will talk to you all later on Tuesday, and have a nice weekend, guys. Take care.